Today's session will be in regards to how to log into the M&H Onesource system. First, you will receive your username and password if you are a new employee via email from your company representative. If you are already an existing employee, please use the username and password that you have already been using up until this time. I will go ahead and enter in my username at this time. And then click the login information. The next screen you will come to is the change your password screen. This is a requirement for all employees entering into the M&H Onesource database. As you will see, you have password requirements that you must follow in regards to creating your password. Your new password must be at least 8 characters long and contain at least one of each of the following character types: uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, and a special symbol. As you can see here, the example is password 1 with the exclamation point symbol. I'll type in my old password and create a new password, meeting the requirements of at least 8 characters with an uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, and a symbol. And then click Change. The next screen you will come to is the Configure the Multi-Factor Authorization. This is a new requirement within the M&H Onesource system. This is allowing us to help protect the data and integrity of our employee information so that no one can get into your database and view your employee information. As you will see here, it says, please verify that your contact information below is correct. If it is incorrect, enter in a valid mobile, phone, and/or email in order to receive a token for future login. At least one of the 3 methods below is required. As a best practice, enter in as many of these 3 as possible. For the purposes of providing increased security, the phone number entered will be shared with a third party to transmit a multi-factor authentication token. As you can see here, a text message number, a voicemail number, and an email address have already populated. This information is populating from your employee information within our, our database. Now, if the information you see is maybe incorrect or is not within one of these fields, you can actually type that information in here. I can go ahead and I'll type something in here. And you'll see that will populate. This can be used to send a text message to your phone that will give you a special multi-factor authentication token that you can use to log completely into our system. But I will go ahead and just leave everything as is, and then click Save. Now, the next screen you are seeing is you have logged into the system. At times, Moulton and Hardin will send messages to all the people within our database, notifying them of different changes or events that may be happening within the system. If you come to one of these messages, which is called a pop-up communicator, you can go ahead and read the message. And then once you're done reading the message, you can scroll down and click on where it says, do not show me this message again, and then click OK. Now you've logged into the system with your new password. Now what we recommend is that you go ahead and log out of the system once again. Go back to the username and password screen. I'll go ahead and type in my username and password and log in once more to get the multi-factor authentication code. And I will use my password that I just changed to log into the system. And click the login button. Now this is where you can receive your multi-factor authentication code. As you can read here, please select one of the following methods to validate your identity. Please select the following methods to validate your identity. A code will be sent to the method chosen. You will need to enter this code after you receive it. It should only take a moment to receive it once you have made a selection. Now you can toggle between the 3 different types: text message, voice call directly to your phone, or an email. We recommend that most people, if you do not have an email address, you use your text cell phone to receive the text message, and by clicking on the text message, you see the screen change to send the message directly to my text message, my cell phone. or you can click voicemail. The system will then call you with the code. You write the code down, key it into the enter code field, and then go ahead and click continue to get into the system. Or you can receive it by email. I'm going to go ahead and click send email. As you can see, the screen just changed, and now a code will be sent to my email address, allowing me to log further into the system. I'll go ahead and look for my email. My email just came in. I'll go ahead and pick up my code. And this is what the email looks like. You will see it has from no reply at Kronos.com sent to my email address, and here's what the code is. Now, please verify that this email is not going to your spam filter or your junk mail folder within your email, as we have discovered that because the information is coming from a no reply email address, that your email may have been filtered to take anything coming from this type of email address to go directly to your spam folder or your junk mail folder. I will go ahead now and enter in the code. And then I'm also going to click this checkbox here. This checkbox is allowing the computer to save information within the web browser to allow you to log into the system without having to get the code again. Please verify with your IT department or your company administrator if your web browser are allowed to save that information within the system. Because if you're not, every time you try to log into the system again, you'll be required to get this code. So I'm going to go ahead and click this checkbox, and you can read the information here. By checking this box, the system will not require the entry of a code from this browser and computer with each login. If you do not log in from this device at least once in the previous 30 days, the system will require a new verification code to be sent to you. So I'll go ahead and click continue. And now I'm back in the system. Now we also recommend that once you've got your code, you put it into the system, to go ahead and log out once more, and then log back in to the system. Just to make sure that your code did take. Now, as you can see, my code did take, and I was able to log into the system. Just some other notes. Please make sure that your web browser security settings allow you to have cookies saved and that you are not deleting your web browser information upon exit. If that is happening with your web browser, please contact your company administrator or your IT department for further assistance to allow for this web browser to save that information. Also, if you have saved your password, I'll go ahead and log out and show you this. When you type in your username and you go down to the password field, if your password is automatically populated because you have saved your password, please make sure that you clear that information out of the system and type in your password. The system is actually looking for keystrokes within the password field and the username fields to make sure there's not some type of automated device trying to access the system and trying to put in different passwords to get into the system. So please make sure that, one, that you do not save your password when you are logging into the system, and two, that your web browser is allowing you to have save the cookies and you are not deleting out the information from your web browser upon exit. That ends today's sessions, and if you have any further questions, please contact Moulton and Harden at 866-637-7954, or contact your company administrator, your HR department, or payroll representative within your company for further assistance. Thank you and have a great day.